Alright, coming at you with another video on a blade I got, another blade. This is also United Cutlery. It's part of their Undercover series, like the push daggers I did another video on previously. These guys are made of also 420 J2 stainless steel, and really comfortable. This is a Karambit. I don't know if you're familiar with a Karambit, but you've probably seen these blades before, and they mimic a it's a curved, like a talon or a tooth. That's what it's supposed to mimic. So, and these guys, they grip just like that. So, real comfortable grip, and usually you want to keep them in line with your knuckles. That's how you would use this guy. So you would grip it right like that. You're not going to be over gripping is that. You're not going to under grip. It's really uncomfortable if you did that, but that's the proper grip. You want to have it in line with your knuckles there. Now, this came to me. It's supposed to be double-edged. It's probably some sort of guidelines that they have shipping these things like that to certain states, so they can't. Certain states don't allow double-edged, I guess. This edge here, they started it, but they never sharpened it. So they give you a guideline as to what angle it's supposed to be at, but it is dull as could be. It's almost flat dull. I mean, it is flat dull. You could saw away at my finger all day like that, never going to do anything. This side here, this side's actually pretty sharp. I was actually, that's okay. So, and it's got the United Cutlery little scribe there. You can see it's there somewhere. It's hard to focus in on, but you get the idea. It's got their logo there on the other side here, United Cutlery, and I think this side says Undercover. Yeah, so that side says Undercover. That's worn off a little bit, but it's alright. It's actually etched into the metal, I believe. Well, maybe not. I thought it was. I think it is. It's just really hard to tell. So at one point you can see it was dark lettering, and it kind of faded away, and that's alright. I don't care about that. Again, there's a little notch up there to keep blood from running down on your hand. It's something that people making blades have been doing for a long time. If you have ever wondered why that notch is there, I used to wonder until I learned that. It's got a thumb grip here, which I like. It's got the holes drilled into it for weight reduction, which is nice. So it's really nice and light. And then the grip that I use this in is the reverse grip. I feel much comfortable in that, and it's much more effective in a combat scenario. You get your thumb grip on the reverse side as well, which is nice. And so it's a really gnarly looking blade too. I mean, you pull this thing out and you start going to town on somebody. If they're with other people and they're trying to jump you or something, I highly doubt anybody else is going to stick around, because this thing will do some major damage. And that will bring us to blade length. The blade length on this guy is actually 3 5/16 inches. So from here to the tip is going to be 3 5/16 inches. The whole thing all together is pretty large. It's 6.5 inches. So this guy's pretty big from here to here, from side to side. So, but this, in my eyes, the Karambits are the best combat blade you can buy. That's my opinion. Obviously, other people would maybe disagree or agree, I don't know, whatever. This thing's really well made. The steel is nice and thick, and you can see it's a thick cut. That's got to be, I mean, 2 millimeters at least. So, I really like it. It's lightweight. As soon as I get that other edge bladed edge, that other edge on the blade sharpened, I will carry this thing all the time. This is the ideal weapon for me, at least in terms of a self-defense blade. The great thing about the Karambits is that when you slash with these, if they're double-edged, you never have to change the grip or the angle or anything with your hand. You just swing your hand up and down, and you've got slashing motion this way and slashing motion that way. So you go up in your X pattern or down in your X pattern, side to side. When you go forward one way and then come back the other way, you're still in a slashing motion. So you've always got that blade advantage that you're never going to have a dull side that's going to be, you have to compensate for. You always will have a bladed side striking your target, which is nice. But then it came with this sheath here. Sheath is another Kydex one, obviously says United Cutlery on it. Their little logo there, it's pretty cool. This holds it in really nice and tight. I'll show you that. You saw me take it out of there, but we'll go back at it again. This holds it in real tight unless you're pulling out. So it's nice and tight in there. This guy sticks into that first hole. That's how it holds it in. One thing I was a little disappointed about with this one, my only two complaints is that the one edge would be bladed. I figured it would be sharpened already. And this holster, I wouldn't even ever use this clip holster, or the holster, the clip on the holster. Sorry, I can't speak. I would never use this clip. It doesn't hold strong enough. So I suppose you could makeshift something, but I'm not going to. However, it does have an option number 2, which is through the belt, and that's exactly how I would ride this thing. It's through the belt. I would never use this clip. It's just too flimsy. If you go to pull this thing, you're going to take the whole thing with you. You're going to end up like this in your knife fight, so you don't want that. Altogether, this I believe was also about 13 bucks, 12 bucks. It was a great buy. So really happy with this. United Cutlery has great stuff. If you haven't gone on their site or seen what they do, you really ought to check it out. They make really good stuff. I will definitely buy from them again. And that's all I have on this one. Thanks for tuning in. That is the United Cutlery Undercover Karambit.